Murder in the morning from the Hidden Killers podcast.
Well, be careful who you take in. And you ever say, you know what, I'm going to give them a second chance. Especially if you got kids. And I don't know, you care about your life, you care about their well-being, you care about anything, taking in someone who, did horrible things with a child years ago. Maybe not charged to the fullest extent of the law, but charged with enticing a child might not be the best of individuals to bring onto your property and say, yeah, it's okay, you can stay here with me and my young daughter, especially if he's got, big Nazi tattoos on his arms and he looks kind of like some sort of bizarre, creepy, villainous character that lives under a bridge in Harry Potter.
Yeah, and I just looked this guy up in 2007, March 31st of 2007. He was arrested on one felony count of indecency with a child, a sexual offense.
Yeah.
After a sheriff's deputy wrote in the dispatch that he was sent there for a past sexual assault. He got into bed with his niece, so a family member who was 11 at the time, and tried to remove her pants.
Yeah. Might not be the best of people to bring into your home. I mean, just look at the guy. If you look up a picture of this man, and we'll give you his name in a minute. Yeah, you don't want to have anything to do with this person. This person is the epitome of I make bad choices, and somehow natural selection has not taken me out yet.
It's going to. I mean, now he set himself up to be taken out.
Well, I hope to God, natural selection in the prison justice system. I guess that's kind of natural selection. Since natural selection fails so often, I guess it is kind of what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
To a certain extent. This happened in Livingston, Texas, because all good things happen in Texas. It's the discovery of 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham. Her body was found in a nearby river, culminating a week-long search fraught with anguish and uncertainty. Cassie Matthews, Audrey's grieving mother, poured out her sorrow in a heartfelt Facebook post. Because, the moment your child is discovered dead, go to Facebook. Grappling with feelings of failure in the wake of her daughter's untimely death. That's correct. You did. You failed. I'm glad you got it out there on Facebook, though, so everyone can see it. I just don't get this. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. I know people in their social media and such, but find out your daughter. The last fucking thing I'm thinking about is posting anything on Facebook, like ever. Again.
Yeah, and there are other people. I've got somebody that I'm friends with, and I can honestly say I've never met her. She was a former listener, but like every day it's posting about how exhausted she is, and it's always this, look at me, I've got this going on.
It's called narcissism.
Right. I post a lot. I post mainly cat pictures and pictures of sourdough bread.
Yeah. And I'm cool with that. It's let's use this as a diary into my life and share a bunch of things that I otherwise shouldn't share, and people should somehow give a shit. And I get, people post about death all the time, but in this situation, your daughter's just been murdered and she was missing, and you're like,
she was missing and she was posting.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get you're trying to get the word out, but people, strangers, were coming at her. Yeah. Accusing her of doing something. So you're going to pick up that element. Maybe
take a look at who's been hanging around your property. Audrey's disappearance last Thursday sent shockwaves through the town, prompting a frantic search. It spanned days. Hope dwindled and anxiety mounted. Residents band together to support Audrey's family, sharing appeals for her safe return across many different social media platforms. Amidst the search, Matthews found herself besieged by rumors and accusations, particularly concerning her custody rights and alleged drug use. In a series of emotional Facebook posts, she vehemently rebuffed claims made by Audrey's father, steadfastly asserting her dedication to her daughter and her rights as a parent. As investigators pieced together the puzzle of Audrey's disappearance, attention turned to a person of interest, Don Steven McDougal, a family friend known to have assisted with Audrey's transportation to and from school on occasion. Yeah, that's a great guy you want taking your kid to school. The guy who's raised eyebrows given his troubled past, including felony convictions related to enticing a child. Yeah, go take the kid to school. Can't get out of bed because of that hangover or because you're too strung out? Yeah, let's let this guy do it. McDougal's criminal background cast a shadow over the investigation, highlighting concerns about Audrii's safety and the circumstances surrounding her disappearance. Polk County District Attorney Shelly Sitton confirmed that charges of capital murder were being readied against McDougal, signaling a critical development in the case. Yeah. The breakthrough came as the meticulous police work bolstered by key pieces of evidence, including cell phone data and surveillance footage. The decision by the Trinity River Authority to lower water levels in the river proved pivotal in locating Audrii's body, providing a measure of closure to her devastated family and the wider community. I do think it's interesting. I mean, the fucking mom here, when we're sure vehemently rebuffing claims made by Audrii's father and steadfastly asserting her dedication to her daughter and her rights as a parent. That to me is just like, you're making it about you. You're making it about your rights as a parent. You're making it about you, and it's about your daughter, not your image of what you're obsessed with being that you're not.
100%. I mean, she has a responsibility to care for her daughter and to make sure that she keeps her out of harm's way. And granted, she wasn't in the house. She wasn't, I don't know if they were separated. I don't know all of the details about that part of it, that family, but dad certainly had a responsibility. And obviously mom feels incredibly guilty about not being in her life and being more present.
It's just shocking where you have I mean, it's like, it kind of reminds me of some tones of the Harmony Montgomery case, where like mom's all strung out and she's an addict, but somehow dad's the lesser of the two addicts, or at least at that moment in time. So let's do family reunification and not keep the kid in foster care. But because he's not strung out this week, she's going to go live in the back of the car, but it's a better place than foster care.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up. It is just so fucked up, the system that we have in place for looking after the well-being of children. It doesn't work.
It doesn't. And I think some of these high-profile cases have really proven that there is not some safety net for kids. It's all or nothing. Some are completely taken care of and protected, and others, they just fall through the cracks and end up dead. Yeah, and I think there's far more that end up dead than we even have the ability to count, because I don't think some of these kids even never got like registered as being human beings to some of these people. And when they disappear, and no one's the wiser except for the evil parents. And here's another fine example of just absolute shit parenting and surrounding themselves with absolute shit people. And guess what happens? This.
Want to listen ad-free? Want advanced access to all of our interviews before anyone else?
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
You get every episode commercial-free.
So you can binge on True Crime
until you can binge no more.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts now, or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
More of the Hidden Killers podcast next.